to the Nordic Pavilion, hosted by our incredible friends. Thank you all so much for hosting us today. My name is Ari Eisenstadt, and I'm so honored to be moderating this Youth Day, Youth Empowerment panel talking about climate action. Today, throughout the next hour and a half, we're going to have a couple incredible presenters and speakers, leaders from GloCha, from Moeda, a social enterprise, an activist organization. We're going to talk about technology, we're going to talk about impact investing, we're going to talk about music, and we're going to have a couple musical presentations. But today, this workshop is really about all of you young leaders and young at heart leaders that want to have an impact on the climate. Right now, we live in a world where the majority of the world's population is under the age of 30. And we're seeing that young people really have a new perspective on the environment, on sustainable development, and social entrepreneurship. Over 60% of 20-year-olds want to start their own business, and over 90% want to have a positive social and environmental impact. So that's what we want to hear from all of you today. We want to know what your hopes are, what your dreams are, what projects you're working on, where you're from, and how we can all work together to help achieve those sustainable development goals and youth empowerment for climate action. So with that, I'm going to pass it over to our team members here with GloCha, with the IAAI, and our organizers for this event, Miroslav Polzer. Let's hear from Miro.
Thank you very much, Ari. Welcome, everybody, and we are delighted to have you with us at this Youth Day at the Nordic Pavilion. There are wonderful people at the Nordic Council of Ministers giving young people this space to network and to learn and to inspire one another. So my organization is the International Association for the Advancement of Innovative Approaches to Global Challenges. I know it's a long name, but it's already our mission statement. And what is the innovation that we are trying to promote and to advance? It's the idea that everybody needs to take action. We cannot wait for governments, for the United Nations, for corporations or so to solve the problems of the world. Because they will not do it, they are not succeeding. They've had now several decades of leadership, and we see the CO2 concentration rising and the ice caps melting and everything. So there is something new necessary, and the new thing is everybody being engaged, and especially young people feel this. They see, oh, my future is melting away if we don't take action. And so we are, our existence is to somehow help use power to create a better world. And for this we have, and it's clear that young people sitting isolated around the world, they don't have really the power that they could have. Because the young people are lacking access to knowledge, access to technologies, access to finance, and so the global community needs to be organized that these young people are getting the empowerment and the resources that they need. And therefore we have created the multi-stakeholder partnership GloCha. It's multi-stakeholder partnerships means that it's not only one organization, but there are different organizations coming together, working on the same goal, creating common wealth and common resources that are belonging to everybody. And so we have created GloCha together with youth organizations like the Global Youth Development Institute, Plant for the Planet, Climates, and several other youth organizations, with national authorities like the National Youth Authority of Ghana, with UN organizations like UN Habitat and UNESCO, the Management of Social Transformation Program, with regional governments. So really on all levels, because there are so many institutions who somehow have the task to get young people engaged in climate action, but everybody is somehow reaching limits. But in the multi-stakeholder partnerships, the synergies can be created, and we can build on one another's strength. So this is the partnership, and we have 4 initiatives that we are working on. One is the call for resources for youth climate action, because we are saying to build the institutional and technological infrastructure for youth empowerment, there are resources needed. And we see the national governments, public authorities, they don't have the money. Youth activists here are very often coming on their own money, and very many are very much struggling to attend COPs or to have their local activities. But there are resources out there. There are billionaires around the world who don't know how to really, what to make with their wealth. And so already, it's not our idea, but the idea of Bill Gates and Warren Buffett, that they have convinced 168 billionaires' families to pledge to give back to society half of their wealth. So already 168 billionaires' families have said, we see it makes no sense to sit on our wealth, we will give it back. And we pledge before we die, this money will be given back to society for good causes. And there are $400 billion that are somehow in the air, earmarked, but it's the question how this will be used. And we are saying with our initiative, with this multi-stakeholder partnership, that 100 million out of these 400 billion should be channeled into a global systematic approach to youth empowerment, to build the institutional and technological infrastructure on a global level that will help young people on the local level everywhere to take meaningful and rewarding action as climate entrepreneurs, as sustainable energy entrepreneurs. And Julia will tell you more about the campaign. And I will only briefly mention 3 other activities that we are working on with the partnership. One is the Global Challenges Youth Music Contest, because it's as I mentioned before, one of the problems of young people caring about the climate is that they feel very often so isolated, and they cannot communicate to the global community, and the whole complexity of these negotiations and everything is overwhelming. But with music and with this online video competition that we are organizing, we are giving young people a communication channel, a participation channel through which they can produce music video clips and produce their vision of a sustainable world. And Keich Kashan is with us. She will also speak about this topic of music as an empowering channel later. So the third element are Global Challenges Youth Centers that we are proposing to be set up in every city and in every local community, because young people need to take action where they are. It does not make sense that everybody comes to New York or to Bonn or so, but we need local action everywhere, which is globally connected, so that it feeds meaningfully to the Paris Agreement implementation that receives also feedbacks. And for this, we come to the fourth point, it's information and communication technology. Nowadays there is a new generation of technology. It's blockchain technology, which helps to really to give youth climate action and its impacts a value and making it transferable. So we are trying to build up a Global Challenges Action Network, information system, a transaction platform, an Agenda2030 marketplace, which will give young people who take action for the climate certified SDGs impact. So really that they can say, with my action, I have met a global standard, and for this entitles me now to receive resources from philanthropic, public sources, from Green Climate Fund, or from other institutions that are interested really in climate action impact. And that's our multi-stakeholder partnership, GloCha. We are happy that we have a chance here to present this to you and to discuss with you what other empowering networks you might know, and that you share with us, where we inform us who else is active, what can we learn, what could we do better, and how we can also connect with your work. And with this, I give back to Julia.
Thank you, Miro. Okay, so first question, were some of you at COI, at the Conference of Youth, those last days? Yes? Okay, great. So we were also there with the Give Youth a Chance campaign. So maybe some of you have already talked to us or seen us. It was a wonderful conference that definitely showed and confirmed again that there is a lot of energy and power and motivation available amongst us, amongst the young people, and there are many initiatives. And it was great for us to talk at COI to many of you and see that they're interested, and they also confirmed that there is a need for resources. And so we welcomed people at our workshop where we created a campaign video together. And we also had a really nice conversation about why young people like love. I could see the eyes sliding away. Okay, we're going to show it to you in a second, but just to sum up what we did at COI, I wanted to give you an insight. We had a conversation about why young people love climate action, and it was really wonderful to see how passionate they are about it, and what kind of initiatives they're working on, see their creative ideas, and also hear from you guys what resources you need. And we created some social media content also, and with this campaign video now, we want to kick off the campaign, and we encourage you all on our flyers to look up our social media channels and jump in and join the campaign.
Yeah.
The sound is limited, sorry.
Okay, sorry, there's technical issues.
Can you guys see the subtitles? Did I read it?
I did something.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, we will soon publish this video also with better sound. So as you could see, there were young people from all over the world. We had people in there from Mexico, from Africa, from Europe, from everywhere, I think from China. So you can see that this is a globally needed thing, the resources for youth climate action, and we invite you all to join the campaign. There's different engagement opportunities for young people also, so for the ones who are calling for resources. For example, you can sign an online petition, and you can of course spread our messages on social media, use the hashtags. Those are engagement opportunities for you, and we invite you to join. Thank you.
And I would just like to add something, because the question is also what to use the resources for. And we are saying that there's this need for resources to create opportunities for young people. One element are participation opportunities, and later on there will also come people who are managing the Global South Scholarship Program. Is an example of how resource holders, in that case the government of Germany, can help young people from the South to have the opportunity to participate in the COP23. The second element that's very crucial are learning opportunities. And I see also Otto here. You are from Finland, aren't you? Yeah, so you should later also add a few words, as you are also a member of the Education, Communication and Outreach Stakeholders community here at the COP. And the third element are income opportunities. As I said, we are going to create this Agenda 2030 marketplace where young people can then act as climate entrepreneurs and sustainable energy entrepreneurs. And these young people also need a demand side. And for this, especially in the initial phase, philanthropic funding would be very good, and also social impact investment funding. But this is something that Ari and Tane know better.
Thank you so much, Miro and Julia, the GloCha team. You guys have done such incredible, inspiring work in the nonprofit sector. Now turning it over to the social enterprise, the private sector, we have the founder and CEO, Taina Hayes of Moeda Banking, a crypto credit union empowering any investor to become an impact investor for sustainable development. Moeda was created just in March. We launched a blockchain for SDG hackathon at the UN Plaza, and the team has built a product and launched what we call in the blockchain world an ICO, an initial coin offering, of allowing for these digital tokens to be distributed so that we can have peer-to-peer investing. And Taina, as the founder, has raised the largest round of any female-led team of $20 million in a 2-week raising period. So incredible success for that and just getting started. So let's hear from Taina about how Moeda is empowering youth.
Oh wow, we have like so many beautiful people here. Thank you, Ari. Thank you, Miro. It's a pleasure to be here, and from youth too. I'm just 29 and just getting started. And most of the people that supported our round, the 20 million, they are from China. And they are young people too, from their 20s, from 20 to 28. So those are our investors. So the world is changing. And now the young people in China, they are seeing the potential of young people in Brazil. So that is a new thing that we need to empower more young people to get to know about the technology, to get to know about how to not just invest financially, but also time. How can you leverage your time and really build that platform to really, it's like everyone here, I know that you guys want to make a difference, but now we are lacking the how. How can we make a difference? What is the path? Who can guide us to have like the best technology, to the best platform? Do a petition, like it's good. Like let's go, I'm in. So what is the next step? So by building Moeda, that's where we are providing the next step and the incentives for people to collaborate together. So my father, like 20 years ago, he invented a program called Projeto Rondon in Brazil. So all the universities, they have to spend 3 months doing the research in how to help someone in the community, and other 3 months like starting the project in Brazil. That became a national project, and what we are trying to do now is like bringing my father's legacy. He also like opened up like many microcredit cooperative banks and other things in Brazil. So I really see the power of the young people really building this army for impact. Because let's say everybody that do the final work in the university, if they could done like that final work, the TCC or like all the work towards something practical that helps the community, and if they get paid to help the community, because everyone here has some potential, and even if you know English, you can teach English to someone in Brazil. That will be helpful. If you know accountability, you can teach accountability for some of the projects in Brazil to do that accountability. If you are an architect, you can design and draft a school, and that's how you can make the impact score through the platform. And with the digital identity, you can store all the good that you're doing a long time. So that is a very disruptive thing, and we will be providing a lot of jobs in Brazil. And most of the times for the Brazilian young people, that's their first job into doing sustainable and to doing good. So I'm very happy to expand that program like globally, and all we need right now is to make this army for good. And I think the power is with the young people, because we are the most affected right now, and some of the things are irreversible, but other things we can take care, and we do need to take care of the earth in a smart way, and utilizing our resources, being capital, natural resources, water, managing waste and everything, we need to do in a smart way. And through technology, we can make exponential impact. The power is on us.
Fantastic. Fantastic, thank you. And in addition to that, social entrepreneurship and impact investment support, with this grand coalition, we'll be launching a music competition for climate action. And so with that, we'd like to invite our first musical guest, GloCha, who is a 17-year-old activist with Green Hope. She's from Dubai in Canada, and they have programs in 10 countries around the world. And she'll be singing a great song that she wrote. Can you tell us a little bit about that, please?
Hello, everyone. As we all know, we are conducting the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide our atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental meltdown. And why do we keep ignoring climate change as a threat? It's the harshest reality of our times, and yet we continue to underestimate or even trivialize its importance. As I already said, my name is GloCha. I'm 17 years old, and I'm the founder-president of Green Hope Foundation. And we use creative ways to spread awareness about the need to mitigate climate change. And those include music, art, dance, and drama. And we believe that music is one of the simplest ways to reach out to people all around the world because it actually touches their hearts. And we have gone to tribal villages in India, to orphanages and HIV-infected children's homes in Nepal. And even though we have a language barrier, music was the one thing that actually breached that, and we were able to communicate with them way better than if we were actually doing it with a translator. So today I will be performing a song called The Climate Cry, which I composed. So please enjoy. Can you hear the guitar? Poisoning the ground, hurricanes, tsunamis, typhoons every day, battering humanity on its way, melting ice caps and rising sea levels. Is there no end to our troubles? We're the ones who are to blame for killing the environment in progress's name. Wake up before it's too late. Climate change is the biggest global threat. Climate change is the biggest global threat. Climate change is the biggest global threat. It's time for change now. Join us and act now for a better tomorrow for all. There isn't just one day. Change habits and make them stay.
so much. So we'd like to invite you guys back up on the stage. Please join us here. But now we'd like to turn the attention and the discussion to all of you. Here, please join us on stage. So we'll have our panelists be able to interact with you, but we're also live streaming in virtual reality around the world. So if you guys want to wave to the global community there. So, a little background on me. My name is Ari Eisenstadt, and I've been a civil society representative to the United Nations since 2015 for the Sustainable Development Goal negotiations. I had the honor of representing the International Chamber of Commerce and the private sector and really seeing how we could build these partnerships and investment platforms for sustainable development. I've had the opportunity to collaborate with the UN Innovation Team, with UNIDO, with the Human Rights Council, with the World Health Organization. One of the most exciting groups that I've been a part of is the UN Women Working Group on Youth and Gender Equality. And this has really shown me how important it is to really give youth a chance, to give youth empowerment, and really supporting what is the civil rights movement of our time, which is gender equality. And with that, engendering all the sustainable development issues, Goal 5, that's how we're really going to reach climate justice. Now, my background before that was in starting a social venture capital fund called Dream Ventures. And one of my greatest passions was hosting these different events we called Dreamathons, where we went through different students from Stanford to Harvard to MIT to schools in India and Bangladesh, in Costa Rica, in Spain, all over the world. And now here in Bonn, Germany, we can have a discussion. So what we'd like to hear from all of you is who you are, where you're from, what you're working on, and really what this community here can help with. So let's learn a little bit more about all you guys. How many of you are from Europe? Big European community here. How about Africa? Yeah, all right. South America. Good South America. North America? Not represented too well here. You guys have to stand up. Asia. All right, Asia. Antarctica. No one from Antarctica? No penguins? Okay. So we have a really diverse group here, and why don't we start with the African gentleman? Coming all the way back. And we have some great feng shui thanks to the Nordic Pavilion that you guys can spin around. So can you tell us about where you're from and what you're doing to empower youth for climate justice?
Thank you. I'm William from Ghana. Talking about climate justice, I know climate change affects everybody in this world, like our sister just said. So you cannot sit aloof. We need to all be involved. And since we are the future leaders, we should be involved in whatever. So the government of Ghana is really involving the youth in every decision about climate change issues in the country. So coming to Bonn is part of the evidence to show that the government is supporting the youth in Ghana in terms of decision making in the climate change aspects.
Fantastic. And what can this international community do to help you in supporting that?
Okay, thank you very much. I think major issue is about capacity building. In Africa, most of the climate change issues affect Africa a lot, as you all know, in terms of agriculture, food security, and so flood, and so on. So what we need to do is to learn best practices from other countries. So in terms of best practices, maybe Germany can say, okay, this is what we use to curtail this challenge. So Ghana, you can adopt these practices that can help to eradicate or to solve these flood issues and so on. And in terms of the second aspect will be financing. You know, financing is a major challenge everywhere you go. So what the international community can help in terms of solving this is also supporting the youth with financing aspects to champion this cause.
Fantastic, thank you. So I I want to ask, I guess, Tina about that for financial empowerment, and then let's hear back from you guys about best practices. Tina, do you have any thoughts on how we can expand impact investing and resources for this type of youth mobilization?
Yeah, the big thing is transparency in the impact world. Most of the people, they want to donate, but they want to see where it is going. Like, I want to donate to the hurricane. I can donate $100, but which child is helping, which person is helping, we don't know. So technology plays a big role into advocating for this transparency. And the youth people are the ones that can put the data out there, because we do have the power of social media. So if I'm going to a church and that church reports, we are doing soup for 2,000 people, they're homeless, and they can do a beautiful report. But if someone that is young is going to the street, lives in the same neighborhood of the church or whatever is doing the soup for homeless, and they see, oh no, that is not 2,000 people, that's 10 people on the line. So they can do the report, and that starts to build the trust within the network to allow more impact investment, but not just investment, but the precision finance, where we can act to the people that really need it. And also the report, when you do a transparent accountability, and you hand that accountability in the hands of the young people, you